everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. If you're new here and you've just clicked on this video because I don't know, I've got nothing better to do, then hello, my name is Charlotte and I produce fashion, lifestyle and travel content. So in today's video I thought I would do a follow-up on my part 1 get to know me, which actually was a little bit rubbish when I look back at it. I didn't really answer many questions. I ended up rambling about travelling because oh my god, yeah, I went travelling. So this time I actually am armed with a list of questions. Most of these are just bits that I found online that I thought would be good to answer to help you get to know me, but then a couple of questions are things that people have asked me previously. So I thought I would answer 20 questions about me so you can get to know me a bit better. I will just start with, if you didn't watch my part 1 get to know me, I'll just touch on briefly, you know, my name, my location, my age. So my name's Charlotte, I'm 25 years old, soon to be 26 in like a few days. Probably will be 26 when this comes out, so I'm 26. I live in the north of England near Sheffield. I love everything fashion, creativity, and I previously used to work in buying. It's definitely something that I'm looking to get back into. I'm applying for jobs at the moment back in buying, so that was basically what I touched on in a 30-something minute video in my part 1, so don't even worry about watching that. So we'll just get straight into today's questions. So number 1 of 20, do I have a nickname, or did I used to have a nickname when I was growing up? I don't really have a nickname. I always have just preferred to go by Charlotte. Some people call me Char, which I don't mind. I just don't feel that much of a Char, but I also don't mind if people call it me. The only other nicknames that I will touch on, since it is a nickname, but it's just, I have no idea why I'm called this. My family call me Charles. I have no idea why. It just is one of those random things that seemed to stick one day. I think we might have been talking about like what your name would be if you're a boy or something. So I don't know, I've just been called Charles by my family for a few years now. So there is that, but I would like to keep that, you know, in this household only. My only other nickname that again is a little bit jokey is Lottie. I don't really see myself as a Lottie. I am more of a Charlotte than a Lottie, definitely. I do love the name Lottie, but I don't really feel like it's me. But Alex does call me Lottie quite often, and I call him Lexi, so we've got a little duo that's Lottie and Lexi. So what is my star sign? I am a Gemini. Beware. No, I definitely don't feel like I'm a typical Gemini. I don't know, in some senses I am. I wouldn't say that I'm a Gemini in terms of like I would turn on you, but I would actually say that my personality is probably quite split, and it just depends on what environment I'm in. And like if I feel confident and comfortable, then I can be one person, but then I could be really, really in my shell. If I don't feel comfortable, maybe that's a bit of a split, you know. Gemini twin personality trait. Maybe. Next question was, tell me something you love. It's just a quick fire question, I guess. I love walks with iced coffees, preferably on a beach or somewhere warm and sunny, but I just love hot climates. So, you know, struggle a little bit in the UK, but we're getting up to 20 degrees now in summer, so that is about as good as we're gonna get here. One thing I hate, there's 2 that come to mind, so I'll give you 2. That's politics, number 1, and snoring is number 2. And loud eating. Oh my god, loud eating. When people eat with the mouth open, I'm like, how tall am I? So I am 5'9½". I like keeping the half in there. I quite like being tall. I do also love being tall because then if I am going on a night out and I need to wear heels, I can always get away with wearing much lower heels because I'm already quite tall. And that's good for me because I'm not a high heel kind of gal. I fall over quite a lot. What's my favourite hobby? I mean, growing up, I was always like a dance girl, a gymnastics girl, a cheerleading girl. But that kind of phased out a little bit. I mean, I did do a good dance class when I went travelling. That was great. And I kind of tapped back into my old dance roots. I'd say my main hobby at the moment is my small business, trying to put any time I can into developing new product ranges. I absolutely love anything creative, artsy, anything where you kind of have to visualise what a range is going to look like. I just love it, I love it. But then I also like the other side of it in terms of negotiating the cost price and working out what your profit margin is and how much the freight's going to be, blah blah blah. I sound a little bit sad, but I enjoy that. So anything to do with my small business and putting time into that, I really enjoy, unless it comes to photography, which I used to love when I was younger, but I realised I'm actually really shocking at, so yeah, need a bit of help with that. Am I an introvert or an extrovert? Well, this one's very easy. I am such an introvert, it's ridiculous. I love time by myself. Don't get me wrong, I do like being around other people, my friends, people that I feel comfortable and like secure around, because I find it so draining if I'm around people who I'm not fully comfortable and confident around, because then I put up a bit of a facade and it's hard to keep up and it's exhausting and my social battery goes like this. So then I need like a week on my own to not talk to anyone. But no, I've definitely always been more introverted. I'm quite like a naturally shy person. I always have been since I was a kid. And it's definitely something that I'm working on, but I'll always be more of an introvert than an extrovert, 100%. Unless I've had a drink. Then I probably will fool people. Tell me an unpopular opinion. I've actually got a really good one. This might be quite inflammatory, but I went to Lake Como in Italy a few years ago for Alex's birthday, and I did not like the food. Most of the food I ate, didn't like it, made me feel so ill, it's ridiculous. So my unpopular opinion is I went to Italy and I didn't enjoy the food. I'll explain why though. I don't like eating too much heavy, creamy, cheesy, rich meals, and I felt like a lot of the pastas we were getting in quite authentic Italian restaurants. I always go for like a tomato based pasta, but we went to this one restaurant in particular in Como, which was gorgeous, really nice restaurant, but I asked for something that was tomato based and they didn't actually have anything. So they gave me this dish that had a few chopped up tomatoes in there, but the sauce wasn't tomatoey. The sauce was actually quite creamy and cheesy, and safe to say I was not too well after, but we'll stop there. So the next question is, what would I consider my biggest achievement? I guess when I used to dance when I was a kid, we were on a TV show. That was quite fun. Short-lived, but fun. But in terms of other achievements, the kind of things that spring to my mind when I think what's my biggest achievement is more so like my personal traits, developing them and getting through problems that I faced in my own confidence and nerves, and even going away last year made me very, very, very terrified, but it's just good to push through situations like that, and I do class things like that as an achievement personally, because I know that I was in attacking before going because I was that petrified, but it was fine, it worked out for the best. And I actually, even starting a YouTube channel, that's one thing that absolutely petrified me, and I don't know why. Well, I do, because the thought of being judged scares me a lot, but you just gotta think, who cares? Who cares that much? Like, if you've got time to care that much about what somebody else is doing, clearly not paying enough attention to your own life. So that's where I got to this year. That was actually my New Year's resolution, to just not care as much, and here I am, and I feel like I'm slowly, faking it till I make it in terms of the confidence side of things, so it's going good. Next question, do you diet? No, I never ever have dieted. It's just not me. I'm not very good at sticking to something. When somebody says you can only eat this, it just makes you want the other thing so much more. So I've always just tried to eat in moderation, try not to eat too much of the bad stuff, but granted, you're always going to have days or pockets of the day where you just need a McDonald's, or you just need some chocolate, or you just accidentally eat like a full Easter egg. It's fine, as long as it's not every day, no harm. What are my biggest fears? This one's quite easy. I am petrified of wasps. I got stung by, it wasn't even a wasp, it was a bee, I think, when I was a kid. And I feel like when something happens to you when you're a kid, you just always seem to remember that. And when it was traumatic, like for me, that was really traumatic. And I've been petrified ever since. My favourite artist, love Dua Lipa, love Beyonce, love Harry Styles. I actually also do love bands like The Blossoms. I really enjoy when I listen to them. Tame Impala, which is quite rogue for me, and I don't even think my friends would know that, but I do quite like a little bit of that, you know, a bit more of an indie scene. One place I would like to travel to, I always, while I'm younger, want to travel further away, so then when I do get older and I won't want to fly as far, then I could do more of Europe when I'm older. So when I'm like, since I'm young, I mean, this is like basic and boring, but I do really want to go to LA at some point. But I really wanted to go to Chiang Mai in Thailand when we were there, but we didn't have time to go, so I would like to go to Chiang Mai at some point. What are your career goals? So as I mentioned, I am trying to get back into a buy-in / product development job at the moment, and I just want to get back on that path and keep working my way up the ladder and working hard and learning as much as I can, and also keep my small business going. Sorry, I don't know, I'm carrying a pen. Also keep my small business going on the side of that, and obviously keep my YouTube going on the side of that. Would be amazing in the long run for my own small business to become more of a full-time thing, but equally I do feel like you can't discredit how great it actually is to have a secure monthly income. What are my life goals is the next question. I mean, I want a house. Soon as possible. Me and Alex are not really looking at the moment because we're not really in a position at the moment to buy somewhere, but I 100% in the next year would like to start looking, because the thought of having my own little place, decorating it and just having everything exactly how I want it, just a dream. I mean, I can't complain, like I'm totally fine at home at the moment, but you know, I'm 26, I don't want to be with my parents forever. So yeah, house is definitely on the agenda as soon as possible. Otherwise, I just want to see as many places as I can. And also, for me, obviously it's so easy to sit here and be like, I want to be rich, I want to have money and a big house, and I don't really care. Like, I just want to be comfortable, obviously. Would be nice. I don't care about being rich as such. I just want a nice space, and I want to be able to make money, and enough money so I've got disposable income to help other people. I would love that, to do a lot of charity work. That's definitely a life goal of mine. Am I an early bird or a night owl? Early bird, 100%. What are my favourite brands? Easy. Number one, Tala. I'm obsessed with everything. And also Shreddy for the protein powder and the daily dose, I think it's called. Grace Beverley is smashing it. I actually love a lot of the influencer brands at the moment, like Revive, I Jess Hunt, absolutely love. Feel like they just know what real customers want. And compared to a lot of the bigger brands now who, it's just a cycle of making money, you know, improving margins. But I feel like a lot of the influencer brands actually care about you as a customer. And I love SLA, the label, as well. And Adenola, can't forget Adenola. So the next question is, do I believe in manifestation / spirituality? Yeah, I do, but it's quite easy to say, I'm manifesting it. Yeah, you can keep bringing something to the forefront of your mind, but you've got to put the work in to actually make it happen. So I'm very conscious of that, because I have had times where I'm like, it's fine, I'm manifesting it, and actually nothing's happened because I've not done anything to help that happen. So yeah, in short, I do believe in it, but you've got to do the work yourself too. Do I have a daily mantra? This is a good question. I wouldn't say I have a daily mantra as such, but I love the idea of yin and yang, that there's a little bit of good in every bad and a little bit of bad in every good, because that is life and that is realistic. Sorry about that, my camera just died. I hope the angle's not too different to the last clip. I'd literally gotten up to the last question, so I'll finish that now. And the last question was, what are your intentions for this channel / why did you start it? I started this channel originally to upload my travel vlogs to, and the goal when I bought the camera before I went travelling was obviously capture as much of the experience as possible, and then I could edit the vlogs, get them on YouTube, and family and friends could watch it while we're away. This was particularly for like grandparents, for example, because it's just the most amazing memories. I am so glad that I vlogged while we're away, because we're never going to go and do a trip like that again. So that was the reason to start the channel originally. But I guess another reason was, like I mentioned before, like I'm not always like a very confident person, and especially when it comes to just putting yourself out there and not caring what other people think, I am not very good at that. For some reason I felt a bit more protected vlogging while I was away, because I wasn't home in a scenario that I wouldn't usually vlog in. But now I'm just here like, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and I just had a bit of a mindset shift, and I wanted to continue vlogging when I got home from travelling to keep up the momentum and not, you know, shrivel back into my shell. So that is also the reason why I started / you know, kept up with the videos after I'd edited my travel vlogs, just to push myself, you know, out of the comfort zone a bit and not care what people think. And in terms of what my plans are for the channel, 100% I want to pump more stuff out there that are surrounding topics that I love in terms of fashion, but the particular angle that I love going down is more so the capsule wardrobe route and basics, classic pieces that you can buy that you'll keep forever and you'll wear time and time again, can be styled with everything. I want to kind of go down that sort of fashion route and quality and longevity, as opposed to I've just bought this amazing really trendy piece that I'm going to wear once for a festival. Granted, sometimes I do dip my toe into that, you know, like Harry Styles coming up. I will be wearing something quite funky, but as I said in my last video, I try to 80-20 it, so as long as I'm just 20% of the time going down the more on trend out there looks, and 80% the bulk of my wardrobe that I'm going to wear majority of the time, as long as that is still like the capsule wardrobe theme, then that for me is a good split. Because fashion equally is about expressing yourself, and it is about having a bit of fun, so you've got to have a bit of fun sometimes. You can't be too hard on yourself. So I would definitely like to get more fashion content out there, and I just love vlogging. Like, I absolutely love just going places and vlogging. Obviously it's got to be interesting, and the travel vlogs were the perfect place to vlog, to show people around. But I don't know, I definitely want to carry on vlogging and get more into the lifestyle sort of side of things, which should be more like what I eat in a day, all that kind of jazz. So that's where I see my channel going, just dipping out of all those categories, because they are all categories that I absolutely love, and I just want the channel to represent what I stand for and what my life is in the reality. And that's why I love YouTube, because obviously it's not as filtered as platforms like Instagram, which, don't get me wrong, I love Instagram, like I adore Instagram, but YouTube just keeps it a bit more real, and not everything's as perfect as it looks on Instagram. So I'm gonna wrap that up there. I hope you learn a little bit more about me there in those 20 questions. They were meant to be a little bit more quick fire, but I am not good at quick fire at all. I'm quite a long-winded waffler, so I mean, if you've made it to this point, then well done. So I'll clock off here, and I'll see you in my next video. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave me any other questions down below. I will answer all of them, or also let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like to see from me, anything that you might be interested in, whether it's my small business or anything. Let me know, and I will definitely factor that in when I'm planning my next few vids. I will see you very soon in my next video. Mwah.